Are you having issues plucking a natural looking hairline? Well, no worries, because this beginner friendly tutorial will have you plucking like a pro.
Let's take this overboard now. I want you to feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love.
There are 3 common mistakes with plucking. You may pluck holes in your lace, you may overpluck your lace, or not plucking it enough. These common mistakes could simply be made because you're not holding your tweezers correctly. So you see that pointed edge? If you pluck with that part, then yes, you will pluck holes in your lace, or you may overpluck your lace. You want to make sure that you're plucking with that back end of the tweezers. So when gripping hair, you want to make sure that you get a good lock on that hair, then pull and drag it and release the hair. Make sure that you're not plucking with the pointed edge. So once again, you want to get a good lock hold on the hair, pull and drag, and then release it. If you do not get a good grip on the hair and you're just simply pulling and plucking it out really fast, then you could be splitting the hair, multiplying it, and not actually plucking the hair. So for this video, you're going to need mousse, spritz, a wax stick, a rat tail comb, a hot comb, and of course your tweezers. So the first step in the plucking process is to go ahead and carve out your part. So here I'm carving out a side part. And this is very important because you want to make sure that you do not pluck your part so it will not look wide and unnatural. It's also very important to go ahead and part out a middle part. Even if you're not styling or wearing your wig into a middle part, go ahead and part that space so you will not overpluck the center of the wig. So a lot of people make a common mistake of just plucking their wig after it's been washed and blow dried without molding your parts. Make sure that you take a wax stick and some spritz and mold your part. This will allow for you to see exactly what needs to be plucked and how your lace will look once it's ready to get put on. Parting out a middle part will guide you and help you not overpluck the center of your wig. So I pluck my wig into 6 sections, from top to middle, middle to bottom, and then bottom to the end. And I do this on each side of the lace. So I will be wearing this wig as a side part, so you want to ensure that you do not pluck too close to that part so it will not look wide and unnatural. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and pluck my first section. If you're plucking on a pre-plucked wig, go ahead and take out everything that's pre-plucked. Even if your wig is not pre-plucked, you want to go ahead and take out a thin layer out the front so it will not look like it's balding. Go in with your favorite mousse and you just want to apply a little of that product in that section because you do not want to pluck your hair dry. That's how you pluck holes in your lace. Plucking in a rhythm of 3 will allow for you to not overpluck your lace and it will not have that balding effect. 1, 2, 3, move on. 1, 2, 3, move on. 1, 2, 3, move on. This is what I'm saying in my head as I'm plucking upward. And remember, once you get close to that middle part, you want to stop plucking in that area because you do not want it to look wide and unnatural. Always comb out what's been plucked. This way you do not overpluck and you can see what's already been taken out. So I use this technique for about 2 to 3 rows back. First, you want to take out everything that's already been plucked. And I like to mold those hairs out of the way. Use mousse or water so you do not pluck dry hair. And then you want to go in rhythm of 3s. 1, 2, 3, move on. And I do this all the way up to the top. I work my way upward. If you feel as if the hairs are not being plucked out fully, keep moving upward. 1, 2, 3, move on. Remember that pattern. If you stay in one spot because you feel as if the hair is not plucked enough, you will eventually overbald that spot. So keep moving upward. I promise you those hairs are coming out. Once you do about 3 rows back, you want to go ahead and give some attention to that front of the hairline. This is where your natural hairline will begin, or if you want baby hairs, this is where your baby hairs will be. So instead of doing a rhythm of 3, I do a rhythm of 1, move on, 1, move on, 1, move on. I do not want the front of my hairline looking bald, so I do not pluck too much in the front. Now that the top to middle has been complete, you want to move from middle to bottom and then bottom to the end. Once you get a little bit more comfortable with plucking, you can pluck on a dry hairline, but as a beginner, I highly recommend that you use some type of moisture, whether it's mousse or water, because this will allow for those knots to pluck out a lot easier. If you have a low quality wig, 9 times out of 10, the knots on that lace are going to be thick and they are going to be big. You want to make sure that you have a good quality wig with small knots. This allows for the plucking to be a lot easier and for that hair to glide out with your tweezers. If the knots are small, it's easier to create a more natural and realistic hairline. But if those knots are big, then it's going to be harder to pull those hairs out, and it's going to be easier for you to pluck holes in the lace and cause for the lace to have a balding look. Remember, 1, 2, 3, move on, 1, 2, 3, move on, 1, 2, 3, move on. I promise you, if you keep this rhythm in your head, it's going to be a lot easier for you to not overpluck your lace anymore. Once you comb out the hairs that's been plucked, it's going to seem like it's a lot of hairs, but I promise you it's not. Lace frontals and closures come very dense, so you want to make sure that you pluck out a decent amount because no one has a super thick and unnatural hairline. Not too much on that front hairline. Remember, you want to pluck a rhythm of 1 so it does not look like it's balding in the front. Plucking takes a lot of practice, but just remember to take your time and use these techniques. Over time, you will see a drastic change in your plucking method. So remember, you can't add hair to your lace, but you can always take it away. So part out that front hairline and start plucking from the back. If you start plucking from the front, you will have a balding look. It's not going to appear natural. So start plucking from the back so you can have a gradient effect and a natural hairline. Now that one side is complete, we're going to go ahead and take our wax stick and our spritz to mold this hair back so we can see the results, and then we can begin the other side of our lace. The positioning of your hands has a huge factor on how easy those hairs can be plucked out. So I like to use my pinky finger and the weight of my hand to hold those hairs in place. And then with my opposite hand, I'm going to pull those hairs downward in the opposite direction. This will allow for you to have stability and control and have a firm grip on when you're plucking that hairline out. If you are doing a side part, make sure that you do not pluck that part or get too close to plucking that part because it will look wide and unnatural. After going about 2 to 3 rows back, I do very, very minimum plucking in the front just to make sure that that hairline is looking clean and natural. Do not forget to check out the description box below. I have a link to all of my favorite plucking products and where they are located. Also, be sure to check out my bleaching tutorial on how I bleach these knots to perfection. I hope you all enjoyed this plucking tutorial, and I hope you all use this method and find it very helpful. I will see you in the next video.